This morning, when temperatures drop, pests may try to get it into your home to stay warm. WGEM's Jack Polesnik joins us with advice from a pest control specialist on how you can deal with invading critters. Jack, good morning.
Natalie, good morning. Mice and spiders are the common culprits invading homes during this time of year. The operations manager with Big River Pest Control tells me those mice can fit into holes the size of a dime, so it's important to make sure you have good weather stripping or caulking around your windows and a well-sealed home. But if you're trying to take care of these critters yourself, proceed with caution.
The only thing that we always try to make sure that people are aware of, you are dealing with chemicals or you are dealing with the possibility of getting injured from snap traps. Read the chemical labels wisely.
He says his pest control company puts a complete liquid barrier around homes to repel insects. They use bait boxes to eliminate rodents. Back to you, Natalie.
Jack, thank you. Pests look to enter your home not only for warmth during cold times, but also food sources as they become scarce outdoors.